I haven't encountered these problems. People are preparing for these problems about power supply. Now, obviously, I've been building bases for 5 years. We built our first base, I think, about 5 years ago. So we weren't encountering power allocation problems. I mean, we had to get the power there. We had to pay to get it there. But no, that part of it hasn't become an issue as of yet. I did notice about a year ago, I planned to work on our other park and ride side, and I was told by the contractors I was working with that power allocation was going to be reserved. I had to reserve it, sorry, otherwise it was going to be gone. Now that project was delayed, and so it'll be interesting to see when I revisit that project, which we're looking at tendering or using a framework. It'll be interesting to see what WPD are going to say about that then. But the procedure generally is I'll look. Well, it depends. If a new supplier or an existing supplier, generally in a bus garage, you'll go in there and their board capacity will be on the limit. So you'll generally have to upgrade a power supply. Now to do that, you have to apply for a power upgrade through the DNO. And then you have to then move that through. What sort of metering do you need? If you've gone up a lot, then you need current transformer metering, not direct current metering. So you've got to look into all that. Your available supply capacity that you request. These are the sort of elements that I'll be looking at to get a supply in somewhere. It's less than a year, but you know, if you say from the start to finish it's going to be a year, I think you'll be on target. But yeah, it is shorter than a year. How do you decide how much power you need? Well, you know how much power you can normally pull out of the grid at any one point. Sites like this require a huge amount of power, and therefore you need to come, you know, off higher voltage networks and use substations. When you've got a very large supply of electricity, your metering becomes half hourly. Now, when it's half hourly, then you can start seeing exactly how much electricity. So if that substation that powers that site over there, that's 440 kVA. Now, I started looking at the half hourly metering and I thought, crikey, I've got so much kit on that site. But I was never reaching that 440. So then I was pushing some more kit on the site. And now I say to the guys there, look, you can use 6 rapid charges in a day in one go. You can use them all, 50 kVA a piece, and that's 300 kVA from a 440 kVA sub. Easily managing it, because what you see with the half hourly metering is that you don't get a massive demand as you're plugging the bus. The demand tends to go up and then be cycling down. So if you're cycling your buses on even, you can manage the way you put your charge in. You can really squeeze a lot out of your electricity supply.